It is playoff time. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in. I'm going to be giving you guys my official NFL wildcard weekend score predictions, all 6 games. We've got 2 games on Saturday, the triple header on Sunday, and then there is a Monday night game this year. The Tennessee Titans of all teams getting the bye in the AFC, and then we've got Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers getting the bye in the NFC. Let's get right into it. Kicking off the NFL playoffs for the 2021 season, it's going to be the Raiders. After their big win last night, they will be traveling eastward to take on the Cincinnati Bengals, who rested their starters and lost to the Cleveland Browns. I've got this one maybe as a little bit of an upset to some people. I've got the Raiders winning 30-27. Nothing against Joe Burrow and that Cincinnati offense. Not a lot of experience in this game, and we do understand with the NFL, there are going to be upsets. There's going to be upsets in the playoffs. I expect this to be a very close game. Not all the home teams are going to win. And again, with Cincinnati, they've been playing well. They've got a nice offense, kind of an underrated defense, but the Raiders always seem to be involved in close games. It looked like they were going to tie against the Chargers. They end up winning. That's a big win. You know, a lot of people, that kind of got overshadowed by the fact that the Chargers, called the timeout and whatever, but the Raiders looked good to me. They're traveling East Coast. It's a tough game. Cincinnati right now around 6-point favorites. I would certainly, with the lack of playoff experience Cincinnati has, I would certainly take the Raiders +6. Now, whether or not they're going to win, that's TBD. I do have them winning this game. Derek Carr, I'm not a huge fan of him, but he still is a serviceable NFL quarterback. Again, nothing against Joe Burrow. Cincinnati probably will be back within the upcoming years, but this year they're going to get knocked out in the first round. Give me Vegas to move on. Next, we've got the Saturday nightcap. This one kind of a dud, let's be honest. These two teams have already faced twice in the regular season. You had New England winning in Buffalo in that crazy weather Monday night game. I don't put a lot of stock into that game due to the wind. And then Buffalo came back and trounced New England in New England. I believe it was week 17, like 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. This is a game where I just cannot see Josh Allen at home losing to a rookie quarterback. You had New England. They had already clinched the playoffs. Let's not overreact to their loss in Miami. But still, it's like New England still has a rookie quarterback. Not a great running game at this point. It was good during the regular season. It kind of tailed off towards the end. It's just, this is a game I don't see Josh Allen, kind of been a little streaky, I believe, 15, 16 interceptions on the year, but overall, give me Josh Allen at home against a rookie quarterback. I can't see Mac Jones beating Josh Allen 2 times in 1 year in Buffalo. I personally can't see that. Again, this game, I don't really like the divisional matchups like a third time. We're getting that, also with the Rams and Cardinals. It's just too much with these teams playing each other. It's not intriguing. It's kind of like the national championship game tonight in college football, which is a total disaster. Nobody's going to watch it. It's an SEC rematch, and it'll be a ratings disaster. These rematches just aren't intriguing, but give me Buffalo to win this game easy, lower scoring. New England does have a good defense with Bill Belichick. You have to respect that, but it's going to be tough to overcome with a rookie quarterback. Moving on to the Sunday games, this is probably the worst time slot of the weekend, the 1 o'clock Sunday game, and it is going to be Jalen Hurts and the Eagles traveling to Tampa Bay to take on Tom Brady, and I am going to go with a little bit of an upset, I guess, here. I'm going to give the Eagles the win, 28-25. It's just not Tom Brady's year. Let's be honest. You lose Antonio Brown, he has a meltdown, whatever. You lose Chris Godwin for the year. You lose Leonard Fournette. Mike Evans, he's a little banged up, whatever. I know he's been playing. But it's just, at some point, you just got to admit to yourself, it's not Tom Brady's year. This Eagles team, they rested everyone. They got crushed by the Cowboys week 18. But Jalen Hurts can run the ball. I'm thinking maybe 1 or 2 rushing touchdowns for him. They can generate some offense. And again, guys, at some point, like, people keep doing this, Tom Brady. People are predicting, Tampa Bay to make it far, go to the Super Bowl, whatever. At some point, you just gotta admit it's not your year. They've had too many injuries. We're sick of Tom Brady. We're sick of it. It's not going to happen this year. I've got a nice little upset. Philadelphia gets a crazy win, 28-25, and knocks Tampa Bay is actually the 2 seed. As crazy as that is, they are the 2 seed even with all their injuries. That would be an epic upset to kick off the Sunday. Moving on to the 4:40 game, it's going to be the 49ers who got into the playoffs after an impressive win against the Rams. They started that game down 17-0. They will be taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Dak Prescott kind of stat padding a little bit, let's be real, in that last game against the Eagles. That was the Saturday game. I do have the Cowboys winning 35-21. I just have no faith in Jimmy Garoppolo, and say what you want about the Cowboys. They are packed with star power. The receivers are unbelievable. Dak is playing well again. He kind of had that midseason struggle, but he's really come on, although let's be honest, against Arizona, it wasn't good. But, the Week 18 matchup against the Eagles, the 5 passing touchdowns, Dallas is just loaded offensively. They have a really good defense. We know about Micah Parsons. Give me Dallas, just not trusting Jimmy G to get a road playoff win at this point and expect the 49ers to move on from Jimmy G. They invested an early first-round pick into Trey Lance. He will be their quarterback next year. It was a good job. Great comeback against the Rams. I predicted they would win. Great win. Deebo Samuel's amazing. He should get 15 to 16 touches at least in this wild card playoff game. But I just can't pick Jimmy G on the road in Dallas. Dallas, a team they can score a lot. Good, solid defense. I've got Dallas winning this game easy. I think Dallas is only like 3-point favorites. I would 100% go in on Dallas -3, and I'd also be interested in the over in this game because Dallas has such a high, potent offense. Deebo Samuel can score a little bit for the 49ers. They have an okay offense, Elijah Mitchell and company. I would like the over as well, but give me Dallas here, 35-21. Moving on to the Sunday night nightcap. How about the Pittsburgh Steelers making the playoffs somehow? It looked like they were going to make it guaranteed. Then it looked like they weren't going to make it because it looked like the game was actually going to end in a tie. Then they end up making it because, the Chargers call a timeout. The Raiders kick a field goal. Big Ben gets one last game. He's traveling to Arrowhead to take on the Chiefs. This matchup happened like 4 weeks ago. There should have been a mercy rule. Pittsburgh lost like 400-0. I think Big Ben keeps it respectable in his last game. 31-24 the final score. I know Kansas City sitting at around a 12.5 point favorite. I like Pittsburgh plus 12.5, but this is one of those games. It's just a fun game. Pittsburgh has zero chance to win this football game in Arrowhead, at least I think, but I do think they keep it close. It's kind of a game where it's always within a touchdown. Pittsburgh covers, but, Kansas City never feels threatened. I will say with Kansas City, what's with the lack of explosive plays from Kansas City this year? We're just not seeing any sort of explosion. Even in the Saturday game against Denver, they had to get that, fluky scoop and score to win. They're having these 16, 17 play drives just to score touchdowns. The lack of explosive plays is really concerning with Patrick Mahomes and this Kansas City Chiefs offense. But again, this is a game with Pittsburgh. They probably shouldn't have even been in the playoffs. They did beat Baltimore. Nice win there at the end. But the thing is, with the Colts losing, no one expected that. The Colts 15, 16-point favorites. If the Colts just would have won, the Steelers wouldn't be in the playoffs. But you get it. You get lucky. The Colts lose against the Jaguars. They beat Baltimore, and then the game doesn't end in a tie, so Pittsburgh somehow makes the playoffs. Again, this is the one game of the weekend where we know who's going to win. It's going to be Kansas City, but I do think the Steelers keep this one a lot more respectable than the last time they went to Kansas City, and they cover the spread 31-24, the final in the Sunday night game. And then the final matchup, it is the Monday Night Football game on ESPN, and it's another divisional one. It's going to be Arizona at the LA Rams, and I will say, this is a game I am extremely confident the LA Rams will win, and I love the over. I think the over right now is around 50.5. This is going to be a higher scoring game, and even when the Cardinals were 7-0 or whatever they were, I was never a believer in the Arizona Cardinals. I have this as a close game, 33-30, but I'm telling you, the Rams, if you're going to do a parlay, Rams money line is 1,000% a lock on Monday night. They are winning this game. Matt Stafford's getting his playoff win. Never was a believer in the Cardinals, even when they were 7-0. They've kind of had such a weird season where they started 7-0. How about losing at home to Seattle? I guess you can say they weren't motivated because they were already in the playoffs, but it's just, how do you allow that many points to Seattle? I understand Seattle's underperformed. They do have, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, Russell Wilson, but they've underperformed. Not a good, job by them going into the playoffs. The Rams also did lose, although they were up 17-0 against San Francisco. San Francisco was the much more motivated team in that matchup. They needed a win to make the playoffs. The Rams were already in the playoffs. I love the Rams at home in this game. Higher scoring, love the over, but I was never a believer in the Cardinals. Give me the Rams to win. A nice little shootout. The NFL really needs a shootout. They win this one 33-30. That's going to do it for my Wild Card Weekend 2021 NFL playoff predictions. It's got to be 2021 playoffs, right? It is 2022, but this is the 2021 season. So it's kind of confusing, but no, it is the 2021 playoffs. Those are my final predictions, final wildcard predictions. We've got the divisional round next week. Only 4 games, I believe, next weekend. 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday. You've got the more games this week. Once again, the team's getting a bye. The Tennessee Titans, pretty funny that the Titans got a bye. And then the Green Bay Packers. As for the Titans, they are going to get Derrick Henry back. He should be relatively healthy. They've been resting him, but Ryan Tannehill's been so bad. Julio Jones, he's, I don't know if you want to say he's washed at this point, but he's getting up there. So overall, that is a pretty weak 1 seed. The Green Bay Packers are the 1 seed in the NFC. I would say they're very beatable. Aaron Rodgers is going to win the MVP. I love Aaron Rodgers, but they're definitely beatable, although somebody does have to go to Lambeau and win the game. Really, right now, I'd say it's wide open. The overall Super Bowl is wide open. In the AFC, I like the Bills. It would be cool to see the Bills in the Super Bowl. It's been kind of a weird year for them. And then from the NFC at this point, I would probably go maybe with the Rams. I'm just looking at them right now, but maybe with the Rams. I like their offense, their defense, Jalen Ramsey, Aaron Donald, Von Miller. It's they're just a sexy team right now. They're way more sexy than the Packers. The Packers have a solid defense. They've got Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers, but really, one of the things I'll say about the Packers, I think they have the most overrated front office. Their front office is mediocre at best. I hope Aaron Rodgers leaves the Packers this offseason because their front office is bad, but it's getting covered up because they have a superstar quarterback and have had a superstar quarterback for the last decade plus. That's my take on the Packers. But guys, that's going to do it for this video. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. Link to that's always in the description. I'm, of course, the Depressed Ginger. Thank you for watching.